Goiken Muyou for the Sega Saturn here. First game of Retro Core Volume 5. Welcome everybody. Let's start the first game. Okay. First thing you'll notice is the beat 'em up, and it's completely packed full of kanjis, so those who can't read Japanese are going to be in shit street. Unless you spend half an hour trying to figure out everything. So let's start up the game. First we've got normal game, survival, fight against the programmers of the game, and back to the title. But we'll go and play the normal game. So to start off with, you got your standard selection of characters. And if you keep pushing left or right on the pad, you can actually see the programmers of the game. That's not the programmer, that's the boss character, which you get once you finish the game. Here we go. He's skinny, isn't he? So you can actually play as any of those misfits, but we're going to play as this guy here.
Round 1, fight!
As you can see, the visuals for the Sega Saturn beat 'em up are actually very nice. The level of texture mapping is very sharp, possibly much higher than the likes we've seen on Virtua Fighter 2 by Sega. The game itself actually plays pretty much like the Sega beat 'em up. And by that I mean it plays pretty much like Virtua Fighter does. One of the best things is you can slow down the replays like that by just holding down A, B and C.
Round 1, fight!
One problem that the game does feature is terrible flickering, as you can see on this stage. But that's caused by this actual girl character here. None of the other characters make the game flicker except this girl one. So it makes me think whether they've jammed too many polygons into this character, or they just didn't fine tune her. One thing which I do like about this game is that it doesn't take itself too serious, like a lot of the other 3D beat-em-ups out there. For example, this shopkeeper, come businessman type guy, attacks you with his ass. He can run underneath you, stick his fingers up your own ass. And one of his throws is he actually runs around you, spins you so you get all dizzy. It's just quite funny. Doesn't look like he's going to do it now though.
Round 1, fight!
Also, if you tap backwards twice to escape, your character can sometimes fall flat on his ass like this, see? Which is quite nice. Whoa, kicking the knackers there. There is actually a funny story behind this game. Apparently it was made by ex-Sega employees who wanted to make a 3D beat 'em up on the Saturn, but Sega said no. So they went ahead, made their own group, and this is the result of it. And a very good game it is as well, running in the Saturn's highest resolution. A nice solid 30 frames a second as well. One downer is the backgrounds where they zoom in and out do leave quite a lot of lines displaying over the screen, which I don't know whether you can see too well on this video. But on some stages they do look a bit naff on the backgrounds.
Round 1. Fight!
All in all, Goiken Muyou Anarchy in the Nippon is actually a very good game. The characters do take a while to learn. You do have quite a few different moves which you need to master before you can actually play the game properly. And the game is actually very hard. Probably one of the harder 3D beat-em-ups on the Saturn. Slow that down a bit. Nice.
Round 1. Fight!
Actually, this character here can be a right bitch to kill sometimes. One of the most hated characters in the game, to be honest. Sorting head out. Slow motion time. As you can see, the animation is quite nice. See, that's the end of me. So we just saw the normal game. That's basically how the game goes. We got all sorts of extra features as well, which I'll show you now. The mode we just went to, where we got the normal battle, survival, and fight against programmers mode. This is the versus mode. We can actually play a two-player game. This mode here is, I think this is a watch mode, and here you just, the computer automatically picks the people you want to see fighting, or here you can choose them. This is, actually no, this is the watch mode, I think. What the hell was that other one? This mode here is quite a nice one. It's the training mode. So as you can see, it tells you in the corner there, press P and punch, down and punch, along down and punch, kick and down and kick and forward. And the only problem is if you can't actually read Japanese or have a quick, have any sort of grasp of it, you're going to find a lot of the moves difficult to do. Just knocked off the glasses there. Here you can actually build up your own character. So in this section in the game, I haven't got enough RAM left in the Saturn memory. You actually build your own character, customize it, and so on, and then test it out, which is a very nice feature, which I'm surprised that not a lot of other beat-em-ups didn't bother doing. put extras in when you complete the game. So here we go to the options. Here's the NG bar settings. As you can see, I've just been cheating my ass off with my NG on the highest level. They're back down to normal. Your round times and so on. Your sound and whatever. Here we've got some extra options, which includes, this one's quite nice, the actual pattern that surrounds the border of the screen, you know, when where your NG bar is. Before you could see it was flames. Normally there's nothing there. We can change it to all sorts. That's flowers, all sorts of stuff here. We've got whales, I'll show you that in a minute. Another nice feature is the big head mode, which we can switch on here. Sound test there. So I'll give you a quick look of it now. Wow, look at that big head. As you can see, we've got the whale sound and the energy bars up at the top. Actually, this stage should feature a fence around the playing area, which you saw before when we were fighting the old man with the glasses on. But whenever you pick the woman, that fence disappears. Obviously, the game goes to pot when she's on. So there you have it. That's Goiken Muyou for the Sega Saturn. A very good beat 'em up indeed. Should belong in every Saturn fan's collection if you can find it. If you can't find it, then obviously you're not looking hard enough, because it's not that hard to find, to be honest. So try your best, get out there and look for it. We're going to give it the Retro Core score of 8 out of 10, which is very nice. Probably the best beat 'em up on the Sega Saturn after Virtua Fighter 2 and Dead or Alive, to be honest. Then the blades for the Sharp X68000. Who remembers this on the Mega Drive? It was bloody awful, wasn't it? As you can see straight away, it's a million times better than the Mega Drive version. It's got all the scaling in from the arcade. It's a shame that the actual missiles are on the same key as the shoot button. One thing that we'll say about Thunderblade these days is that it's extremely dated. It's pretty slow. Another game like this is titled Night Striker, which is actually pretty much the same as this, but much faster, to be honest. And since it's a lot faster, it doesn't seem as dated as this game does. So while the shop version is quite a faithful reproduction of the arcade version, it is a bit on the dated side. But saying that, it probably is the best home version available. Good off from the blade tune. One thing that I will say about Thunderblade is the collision detection is actually quite dodgy at times, especially in the more 3D sections, which can be a bit frustrating. You can find yourself getting killed for no apparent reason. It might be interesting to some of you that to know that this version of Thunderblade wasn't actually made by Sega either. It's actually made by Sharp themselves. And to be fair to them, they've done quite a good job of recreating the arcade machine. Just that the game ain't that much fun to play anymore. So, I suppose if it was back in the day when Thunderblade was a new game, I'd be giving it quite a good score now. But considering it's getting on a bit and hasn't aged very well, visually and playability, I'm afraid it's going to get a bit of a naff score. So Thunderblade for the Sharp gets a unfortunate 5 out of 10. Sorry, Thunderblade.
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law. Robocop.
Boy, do I remember wasting hundreds and hundreds of 10 pences on this one. Robocop by Dated East. Absolute classic if ever there was one. Bloody rock hard game as well. I remember when I was a little kid I couldn't even get past the first bloody stage on this one. So how does Robocop stand up to today's modern open-on shooters? Well, very well actually. It's got that old classic feel to it, sort of like the old Amiga games really. Sound effects are a bit naff on it these days, but the music's not too bad. And it is extremely tough. Definitely not a game for the little kiddies. Or like those ones I mentioned on last month's Retro Core that go, "Oh, I can't get up the first level, this game's fucking shite." Definitely a game for the hardcore gamer. Or the gamer with skill at least. Controls are nice and tight. You know, Robocop will go where you put him, which is what you want. Collision detection's good as well, which a lot of early games was a bit of a problem.
Thank you for your cooperation.
It's got loads of little neat touches from the movie, such as the speech samples and the sound effects, which really add to the atmosphere of the game as well. The game doesn't actually follow the movie's story, but just they at least made up their own one by the looks of it. But even the gunshot, you might recognise the sound effect as taken from the movie. I don't remember any Jason chainsaw wielding bad guys in the movie though. This would be in the Super Director's Cut, which never got released. Oh, fuck off. That is a hard game, this.
You are under arrest.
Oh, Robocop's just snuffed it. Another weird thing is, you can actually put Only 3 letters in for your name. Yeah, there's names in there such as Murphy and Lewis and so on, which are a lot more than 3 letters. Bit dodgy there. Sometimes though, I can't help but feel that Robocop is actually a bit too tough for its own good. Even on the easiest level setting, it's definitely a tough game. There's no way you can actually rush through the levels. You've got to take your time, you know, go through each level slowly.
You are under arrest.
If you rush right through the levels, you just end up getting shot by everything.
You are under arrest.
And this 3-way weapon for the bosses is complete shite. It's just far too slow. That's better. Good job for the goons. There's Jason again. Hey Jason, nice to see you got another movie role. Except your own movies are shite.
Thank you for your cooperation.
You're welcome. Throughout the game you get these little bonus sections to practice your shooting targets, which are actually a bit fiddly using a joystick. Bombarded by bullets here. You've got to actually watch out for this thing here, because I think if you get hit once it's instant death. Can't quite remember now. Get through it anyway. So how do we rate Retro School? How do we rate Robocop? Well, we're actually going to give Robocop a very good score, because even though it's pretty old these days, it's still a very good game to play. And you know, you can actually have a lot of fun playing it, and it will last you quite some time, unlike a lot of the older games. So actually, we're actually very happy to give Retro Core, I keep saying that. Actually, very happy to give Robocop a good score of. Well, I was going to give it 8, but well, okay, I'll give it 8. 8 out of 10. Rock hard game. So if you have to something challenging, then certainly recommend Robocop. It's going to keep you going for quite some time. One of Data East's better games as well. They were known for making quite a few duds. Luckily, it's one of the better ones. Indeed, what did happen to the 32X? Well, from my point of view, the Japanese tried to support it, and the Western makers just made the usual crap of porting Mega Drive games or substandard shite to the machine. As you can see, here we go, we've got 32X Virtual Fighter. It looks pretty much, well, got a line there, but it looks pretty good. Not arcade perfect, not as good as the Saturn version, but as you can see, not that bad actually. It's got all the characters from the arcade version. And actually the character select screen looks pretty much like the Saturn. Okay, the game uses a lot less polygons than the Saturn version. It uses a shitload less polygons than the arcade version. But it's Virtual Fighter, and it plays well. it plays like Virtua Fighter should. In fact, it plays better than any of the Jaguar 3D fighting games, which is something. Mind you, I bet bloody FX Fight on the SNES, which never came out, probably plays better than Jaguar 3D fighting games. Okay, so there you have it. That's a Virtua Fighter on the 32X.
The Golf Magazine's 36 Great Holes.
Hi, nice to meet you, Fred. Okay, this was one of the earlier 32X games to come out, and actually this is a US made game, I believe. As you can see, got digitized characters there. And I think that's about it, actually. That's all used of the 32X's powers, but
You're in the beach.
at least it's got some speech. Pretty crap speech, just like a Mega Drive, so nothing too special either. Oh well, never mind. Here comes another one. Blackthorn, another game that was on the Mega Drive, and now it's on the 32X. Okay, so what's different about this one to the Mega Drive version? Well, the render characters look much nicer than the original Mega Drive version. Plus, there's a lot more colour used in this version than the Mega Drive. But apart from that, not much else really, it's the same game. Oh, game tech. Quality if ever I saw it. Okay, so we got Brutal Unleashed. Yeah, that wasn't me, by the way. So apart from the piss poor sampled audio, what's different about this version compared to the Mega Drive version or the Super Famicom version? Well, let's see. So far we've got the sampled audio, and we've got the scaling, which the Mega Drive couldn't really do without some pretty nifty programming. And maybe it's got more animation than the original version, but how does it play? Let's have a look. Oh, dearie me, more piss poor mini-sized sprites there from American programmers. Absolute shit animation there. And, yeah, it's bollocks. Okay, some more fighting action here. This is Cosmic Carnage. This is Japan's answer to a beat-em-up for the 32X. And, well, okay, the characters look better than that Brutal Unleashed crap that we just saw. But does actually play better. Well, you can pick different body parts for your guy. So I suppose that's a bonus. Well, as I said, the characters are bigger. Oh, we got a bit of zoom in. But, uh-oh, plays like a sack of crap. Yeah, again, another Dud 32X game, this time from Sega themselves. Shame on you, Sega. Got a bit of blood, though. Ooh, bit of 3D there, bit of light sourcing going on as well. Showing a bit more of the 32X's power there. Pick English. Okay, well so far it's looking pretty nice. The texture's a bit low though. And it's a bit jerky. I think one of Sega's own games look better than this. Anyway, let's give it a chance, see what it looks like. Okay, so yeah, you guessed it, it's a space shooting game. And actually, it's not that bad. It's not great, but I've seen a lot better in my time. European produced as well. It's Doom. The 2X version is very nice indeed. Okay, it plays in a bit of a box, but it's incredibly smooth. As you can see, off we go. One game that shows a bit of 32X power. It's not too blocky. Much better than the Super Famicom version, which was played in an even smaller box and was blocky as hell. Let's go and kill something before I switch it off. Here we go. nice Sega logo there. This is actually one of the better 32X games out there. And probably the closest you're going to get to Sonic on the 32X. This is Chaotix, starring Sonic's sort of sidekick, I suppose, or offbeat sidekick, Knuckles. And yeah, it looks like Sonic, and plays a bit like Sonic. And it's actually quite a nice game, to be honest. It's very big, lots to see and do. And like I said, probably the best you're going to get to a Sonic game on the 32X. Certainly better than Sonic 3 on the Mega Drive, put it that way. As you can see, you actually link together, which is a feature which was going to be a different Sonic game. They actually all work together to get through the levels. Knuckles stands on here, so we put him here. And Knuckles stands here. If you can get over there, go on Knuckles, you're lazy fuck. Let go. There you go. So there is actually a nice twist to the playability in this game. And it is quite a nice game. More crap from the West. Remember, this game was absolutely botch-gold of hype beyond belief in a game fan and EGM. What you expect, two shag mags there. Basically, it's a substandard side-scrolling, I don't know, you couldn't even call it a shooter really, type game with not so bad graphics, I guess, but I've seen better. Not really making good use of the 32X's hardware. Okay, I use more colour than the Mega Drive, but that's about it really. I've seen better on the Super Famicom. Here we got Metalhead, Saturn's answer to not the Saturn, the 32X's answer to Jaguar's robot game.
Yet strife and civil war are still on the rise.
Okay, well it's a 3D, something the Mega Drive can't really do. And it's for the digitized speech.
To maintain public order, a powered bipedal armed robot, or Metalhead, was created.
Was Metalhead really that good? Well, it's not bad actually. It's a pretty decent game. One of the better 32X shooters. You gotta love that guy's head.
Remember to keep them all out.
The problem is things just pop up out in the middle of nowhere. So we've got a big map background there. Watch this. The building will just suddenly pop up out of nowhere. What's even gonna pop up at all now? There you go. Look at that. But actually, to be honest, it's not too bad. I've seen much worse. Oh, holy shit, yippee, Mortal Kombat 2. Okay, well, it's got better audio than the Mega Drive version, put it that way. Pretty much same as the arcade. And there's a lot more use of colour there. But wait till you see the actual playing area. Oh, bloody hell. Backgrounds still look complete and utter crap. Super Famicom version looks a lot better for the backgrounds. The characters do look better than the Mega Drive version though. Still a little bit too small. A lot better could have been done with the use of the 32X. But I suppose it's slightly better than the Mega Drive one. Bus Champion. A game which couldn't possibly be done on the Mega Drive. But just because it couldn't be done on the Mega Drive, does that make it a good 32X game? Well, actually no. It's okay, but the actual view of the track's a bit too short, and you can't actually see where they're going. And the opponents are just bloody annoying bastards to get in the way. Overall, another good 32X game from the West. Oh, look, it's Pitfall. Is it better than the Mega Drive version? Yeah. Is it better than the Super Famicom version? Not really, it's the same bloody game. So, okay, again, more use of colour than the Mega Drive version, but overall, I think exactly what the 32X is pushed to do. Pretty much the same average stuff as always. More Western rehashed crap for the 32X. Primal Rage, another Mega Drive conversion, or Mega Drive update I should say. Right, shit use of colour again. Right, little tiny sprites. And yeah, no needs the game pretty crap. But again, it doesn't make use of the 32X's abilities. Power BI baseball. Surely this got to make some use of the 32X's power. Well, it's got some digitized speech. Well, the characters are big. I think the ball uses scaling. I think. Oh, and look at that, they had the chance to make a 3D background there, and they just went for the standard 2D one. Yeah, again, not on the Mega Drive, couldn't do. And I'm not too sure whether this one is Japanese developed or European developed, but it's actually one of the best looking games on the 32X. This is Shadow Squadron. Instead of going for shitty looking textures, they've left it flat shaded, which makes the game look a hell of a lot better. Actually, this one's come up Stellar Assault. I'm sure it's called Shadow Squadron though. Oh well, must be because it's the PAL version. Okay, so you got a choice of 2 ships to choose from. Feather 1 and Feather 2. Actually, we'll go for Feather 1, because I quite like the starting sequence for this one. Actually, if you choose Feather 2, the game actually plays more like I don't know, like a pre-rendered game where you just control a cursor and point the cursor at things, you don't actually fly the ship. But if you choose the first ship, Feather 1, you actually get to control the ship and fly whatever you want. So there you go, it's making good use of the 32X powers already. Nothing the Mega Drive or Super Famicom could do here. Very nice flat shaded polygon game. And it's not the best, but it's a pretty decent 3D space shooter as well. As you can see, fly anywhere you want. Completely free range. That's me, just killed myself straight away. The good old classic Space Harrier. It's here on the 32X. Yep, sounds just like the arcade. And actually looks very, very nice. Looks just as good as the Sega Saturn version. Thank you, Sega of Japan. At least we've got one game that looks like it should do. In fact, all the games probably look like they should do. Just that the Western made ones are meant to look shy because that's the way they were made. Hi, another Western made game. This is Spider-Man, Web of Fire. So is this anything that the Mega Drive couldn't do? Well, let's see. Quite a lot of digitized pickies there. Oh! No, actually I think the Mega Drive could do everything that this game's doing straight away. Even the colour's not much better than the standard Mega Drive colour palette by the looks of it. Oh well, yeah, another Western made game that doesn't make use of the powers of the 32X. How many times have I said that now? Okay, well, it's showing off with a polygon ball with 32X on it, but does that mean the game's going to do something that the 32X is capable of producing? Well, let's have a look. We've got a polygon spaceship. Music's a bit naff though. Well, no. I'm sure if you tried hard enough you could probably do this game on a Super Famicom. The actual main game is flying in space, as you can see. Not really good use of the audio either. Big crap. Yeah, we got a polygon object coming up here. Not very impressive compared to Stellar Assault though, is it? Well, they've got a pretty nifty Sega logo, so this must be a good one. Yeah, again, another Japanese developed game. This is Star Wars Arcade. I don't know why LucasArts got the badge on there, because they didn't make it. Yep, pretty faithful reproduction of the arcade version, the 32X Special or Arcade. We'll go for the 32X version. We can choose different ships, and we'll go to Pilot. Actually, this is one of the more enjoyable 3D shooting Star Wars games out there, to be honest. I mean, actually, the TIE Fighters look like TIE Fighters as well. There we go, there's one. Where are the buggers? There they are. There you go, Star Wars Arcade, yet another 32X game, Japanese developed, which is worth buying, because it makes good use of the machine's capabilities. Have a nice Sega logo, means it must be Japanese made. Ah, yeah, that's right, it's the failed platform hero Tempo. Actually made by characters designed by the same company that did the Sakura Tyson characters. Actually, Tempo did appear on the Sega Saturn as well in Super Tempo, which was released around about 3 years after the 32X version. It's pretty much the same game really, with more colour. Tempo, in all fairness, doesn't really make much use of 32X capabilities. It's a nice enough platformer, and it is an original title, not a Mega Drive conversion. I think if you got Chaotix, you don't really need this one. T-Mech, some nice use of colour there, which Mega Drive couldn't do. The game itself, though, is it's okay, but I would have expected a little bit more for the 32X. You know, to just use sprites instead of polygons, but overall, it's not too bad, I guess, for the 32X title. Nice enough. See much worse. It's a sack of shit. You know EA Sports are a sack of shit. And they just got and proved themselves to be an even bigger sack of shit by releasing a 32X game, which you could probably do on the Mega Drive with only a week's worth of programming. Absolute bollocks. Wait till you see the state of this. Oh, holy shit. 32X power used to its extreme, I must say. Crap. Yep, the 32X game that every 32X owner should use, and in fact, it's actually worth buying a 32X just for this game, to be honest. It's Virtua Racing, the best home version available. Well, I've never played the PlayStation 2 version, but Compared to the Mega Drive version, this is a lot better, and it actually shits on the Sega Saturn version as well, believe it or not. Sega Saturn version is bloody awful, thanks to Time Warner fucking up the conversion. But this 32X version is very, very nice. 2-player split-screen action as well. Choice of different types of cars. Got all the arcade tracks in there, plus the 2 extras. All the views from the arcade. Retro racing on 32X is actually quite nice. Again, better than the good old Jaguar checkered flag or whatever it was bloody called. It's crap, I know that much. World Series Baseball made by Sega. Does it make use of the 32X's capabilities? No, it doesn't. Just like the other baseball game we saw before. Nice big digitized characters, I give them that much. But again, 2D backgrounds, nothing exciting there. Got a bit of scaling though. Ooh, a bit of excitement there. WWF WrestleMania. Hey. Okay, well, it's smooth to go that much. It's shite though, if you ask me. Power Squad, I think it's known as Zaxxon in the West, is the 32X version of, I think it's called Viewpoint, isn't it? They originated on the Neo Geo. This time using insects instead. Actually not a bad shoot 'em up, 3D polygon models look a bit chunky, but apart from that, not too bad. So there you have it, that's a load of 32X shooters for you. A load of 32X games I should say. So while I did say that most of the games were complete shit, the games themselves may not be shit, but the fact that they don't use the 32X's capabilities does not help the machine sell at all, does it? So there you have it, that's why the 32X was a big flop. The majority of the games on the machine just did not make use of the system's capabilities. And a lot of those games that didn't make use of the system's capabilities were made by Western developers. Shame on you guys. Rip your asses and make something new and decent for the change. It's just a shame that 32X didn't have some better support by Western developers. If it did, maybe it could have lasted a bit longer, we could have seen some more exciting games, but as it was, only the Japanese really pulled the finger out of their asses to make something useful for it. Even their games weren't that exciting, but at least they were a lot better than the Western made shit. Goemon 2 for the Famicom. You all know Goemon as a mystical ninja. Well, here he is in his original Famicom or NES versions. And even though graphically this game looks a bit iffy, it's actually great fun to play. Just like the Super Famicom versions of Goemon, you can actually go into the rooms and talk to people, buy stuff and visit people and whatever. more people you kill, the more money you get as well, so you gotta kill as many people as possible to get money. And the cats give you these little throwing coins here. Here we go, we can go and buy some stuff from the lady. We've got some onigidis there, some rice balls. I think we'll pass up on them. Umbrella and a clock, don't think we need them. Throughout the game you can find these little purses dotted around, and what happens if you jump next to them, you can get some money out of them. There's a cool little cheat which gives you instant money. Go to a building and come back out and the purse is there again. Get yourself some more money. You just keep repeating that forever and ever and ever. Little face here gives you some speedy shoes. Speed up the game a bit, which is quite nice. Definitely needed. Just like the Super Famicom version of the Goemon, this Famicom version is full of all the typical charm which you find in the other games. If there was one thing I'd have to complain about, that'd be the collision detection. The collision detection can be a bit dodgy at times. You know, you can actually get hit by stuff that you could swear you're nowhere near. Oh well, actually he did hit me then, didn't he? But if you go like behind the character, you can actually be miles away from him. Yeah, it'll register as being hit, which can be quite annoying, but you sort of get used to it after a while. So here we go, we've got the boss for the first section of the game. And the boss is actually a big fat metal sumo monster. That's right, beg forgiveness, matey. That feels good. Sometimes if you actually come near a death situation, you actually find a little devil guy, which can make you beg for your life. Also throughout the game there's secret little trap dungeons like this one I've just found. And to actually get off this stage you have to collect 3 of these little nameplates here. Also find some other goodies down there. Whoops, fell in the water there. Just like the other Goemon games, these devil bastards who steal all your money. There they go. So you've got to avoid them at all costs. One nice thing is you go into the onsen here, or the hot spring as it's called. If you go into the men's side over here, he'll be getting all its energy. But being Goemon, you know, he's a bit of a pervert and he wants to go to the woman's side. Obviously the women ain't too happy about that though. But if we can still get in the man's side. Oh, you rip off. Be quite careful on some stages as well that you don't kill the women. If you kill them, actually you lose all your money, which can be a bit of a bummer, because then you can't buy nothing. So overall, Goemon on the Famicom is actually a very nice game. seriously recommended to all fans of the Goemon series. Whoops, just lost all my money, or half my money there for shooting the woman. So Retro Core is very happy to give Goemon 2 on the Famicom, which is probably the best one available for the system, a lovely Retro Core score of 8 out of 10, which is going to make a lot of you Goemon fans very happy, I'd say. Check it out if you can. On the Project J for the Super Famicom, a very nice game indeed. The idea of the game is to raise your little robot child thing up, teach him the rights and wrongs from in life, and the better you do that, the better the boy will become. So at the moment we've got to learn how to get our little monster guy here to use a hoe. And I'm not talking about the bitch type hoe either. I'm talking about this one here. Just plunk it down here and call him over. Where you going, you little shit? I think he's just fucked off, hasn't he? Get back in there. Thing is though, you got to actually discipline the guy as well, because if you don't, he'll just turn out to be a complete little bugger. As you can see at the moment, he's giving abuse to the door, so I've got to sort that out. So anyway, we teach him how to use this hoe here. I suppose that's right. So if he gets something right, you have to give him praise. If he gets it wrong, you can bash him or whatever. So it seems that he knows how to use the hoe now. Let's just make sure he still knows how to use the rubber ball. Yep, he still knows how to throw. And let's tone up his muscles a bit. Come on, faster, faster. Other things you got to do is actually teach him how to understand the language of the people in the game. Because if you don't, you can't understand what anyone's talking about. By that you teach him stuff from a picture book or a grammar book. And every now and then it is a good idea to give your little guy some pudding, you know, just to keep him happy. Ah, you little shit. So I think he needs to be taught that's not what to do with a book. Oh, little cheeky bastard. Sort him out later. So anyway, once you've taught him how to do various tasks, you have to actually go through the game and help people out, or you know, buy stuff and whatever. So at the moment we're going to teach him how to do some farming. Oh, before I taught him how to talk to a dog. Let's see if he remembers. That's right, smell the dog's bollocks. Yeah, you get a present for that. Nice. Yeah, you certainly have got it if the dog's got a disease. So one of your first tasks is actually to learn to throw a ball and throw at some annoying little robot. But your second task, which I'm going to show you now, is to help the old man on the farm. So first, your character, he doesn't know how to use a hoe, so what do you expect? He's only a boy, he's not going to know what a hoe is he? So you got to teach him how to do that. By the way, his name's Slug, and which we've just done. As you can see, he's now accustomed to smelling dog's bollocks. He's found the hoe. Oh, you little fuck. Obviously, he still hasn't learned how to use it yet. So you can see we've learned him how to use a hoe now. So he can help the old guy out. Earn himself a bit of money. As of yet, he doesn't know what seeds are for, so he's throwing them. Which is not the right thing to do. So now we got to teach him what seeds are for. So you have to go back to the shop and buy some seeds, and then teach the little boy how to use the seeds. So as you can see, when the Project J is quite a slow, wrong place. Quite a slow-moving game, but actually, it's actually quite good fun to play, and it's good seeing the type of reactions you get from your little boy when he fucks things up and so on. So overall, we're going to have to give on the Project J a very good score of 9 out of 10. I think the only thing that's flawed in the game is the fact that it takes quite a while to learn things and so on. But apart from that, it's not really that easy to fault it. Macross Scramble Valkarie for the Super Famicom, the best side-scrolling Macross game there is. Let nobody fool you into thinking there's any other better one. This is the ultimate Macross shooting game. Comes to us by Zamos, programmed by Wintersoft, and it's definitely one of the games that show off the Super Famicom's graphic capabilities. Just look at that parallax scrolling there. Change your ships. Each ship can be powered up to a maximum of 3. Ah, lovely special effects there. Now if you zoom yourself up like that, you can actually steal other ships, and they act as one of your weapons then. Like there. All things here can suck you in, which can be a complete pain. They suck in all the enemies as well, and they end up smashing into you. The actual mech version of your ship is actually the most powerful, but it's just so slow. Each level, as you can see, like this one's got a sub-level boss, which is not there to do you any favours. Just keep falling back on the pad there so they get sucked in. Hey! That was a bit weird. He was meant to slip onto my ship there, but he didn't. Look at that, went straight into the bugger. Great use of effects there. And every time you finish a level you get this little eye catcher, just like the animation series. Plus some great Japlish. Or English, I believe that's what they call it. Or Japlish was what we call it here in Japan. One special mention must go to the audio used in Macross. It is absolutely amazing. Great use of the Super Famicom SPC sound chip. Some haunting echo melodies. The game is also extremely tough, which even the most hardened shooting fans going to find a bit of a challenge. This stage features a really nice water effect, where the whole, well, half the level fills up with water and waves, while the top half stays pretty much straight. Also, the sound on this level is great. I love it. As far as sideways scrolling shooters go on the Super Famicom, I actually rank this as the best one. Far better than any of the Konami ones. Unfortunately, this game wouldn't get the recognition it deserves, just because it's not like Konami or Treasure. So Retro Core is very happy to give Macro Scramble Valkarie on the Super Famicom a very good score of 8 out of 10. I would have given more, but it's just too fucking hard. I mean, being a hard game ain't such a bad thing, but the fact that when you lose all your weapons and getting back to the position where you originally were becomes a major uphill struggle, that is a bit of a fault. Because the game's meant to be enjoyable, not unbelievably frustrating. But apart from that, tiny little thing, Macross on the Super Famicom is amazing. Who remembers this one, Vigilante? The only real contender to Double Dragon at the time. Not as good as Double Dragon, mind you, but still a pretty good game. And here we have it for the PC Engine. I was actually playing this one on the Master System yesterday, and while the Master System is pretty good, it's not as patched on this PC Engine version. Oh, the good old days where you used to get nothing but 500 guys coming in a line at you. Have some nunchuck action, go on, take that. Bloody hard, tell you that much. As you see, I just died. One thing I will say about the PC Engine version is that the level of detail isn't as high as the Master System version, which is quite unusual. It still looks good though. It does look better than the Master System version overall. Characters are much more beefier than what they are on the Master System. Actually quite weedy on that. But you can't help but feel that maybe it could have been a little bit more detailed. But overall, like I said, it's not too bad. Nothing like a bit of cheating. Vigilante is certainly not a game you're going to be finishing on your first go, put it that way. It is extremely tough. Unfortunately, these days it's I don't know really. It's not as good as it used to be. I know that much. Well, basically, you can only move left and right, and punch and kick. That's all right, really. There's no side scrolling up and downs, so it does get a bit repetitive after a while. Oh man, he's got a chain. He means business, that guy does. So, unfortunately, we can't really recommend Vigilante except to the hardcore gamer. These days, it's gamers will have to be a little bit more. Including myself, I'd I like a bit more than just walk left and right and smack people with my nunchucks or kick them in the face, whatever. But for its time, it was probably a really good game. Just these days, it's not up to much. So Retro Core, unfortunately, has to give Vigilante a bit of a dud score, really. So we're going to give it a score of 7 out of 10. Not the best score in the world, but not the worst score either. For its time, it was really good, but these days, just doesn't cut it, to be honest, unfortunately. But still, if you've got a PC Engine, it's worth picking up if you can get it cheap enough. Keep you entertained for a while. Come on, fat bastard. Look at that, double kick to the face. Disgusting. Tokyo Bus Guide. Absolute cracker of a game. Presented with either story mode or free run mode. We'll go with story mode, and you can get a VMU game as well. As you can see, I've completed most of them with gold medals. Originally, when you start, you only have the green ones lit up, the orange and the grey looking ones. You get them after you've completed the green ones. The green ones are actually for daytime. Orange ones are in the afternoon, around about 5 o'clock-ish, and the grey ones at night time, as if you haven't guessed. So let's take a quick look at how the game runs. The difference between free play mode and the story mode is that sometimes when people get on your bus, they'll actually have a little chat. Oops. Turn that down a little bit. So being the bus driver, you actually have to drive the bus identical to how you would in real life. That includes signalling when you should, stopping when you should, and also doing the bus announcements. You lose points for driving too fast or reckless driving, or not signalling when you should do, and so on. Oops. You see, I lost 10 points there for some pretty iffy driving. And all the places in this game are actual real places in Tokyo, and they're quite well reproduced on this game, to be honest. Drivers of the UK or Japan, of course, will be quite accustomed to the way this game plays, because of course driving in Japan is pretty much like driving in the UK. So just got a bonus there. Gotta watch you don't go over the actual speed limit as well. As you can see here, we're driving in the evening now, so everything looks a bit dusky. Now, one thing you do have to be careful with is when going around busy corners such as this one, that you don't actually run over any of the people, which is possible to do. There we go. Ah shit, I'm in the wrong lane. Bit of a problem. Yeah. actual handling of the bus is very, very good indeed. Handles just as you'd expect a bus to handle, and that you can actually feel the weight of the bus as you turn in the corners. Very, very good. We've got the different camera angles such as these ones, which to be honest are needed for some situations such as going around corners. Of course, sometimes the other cars on the road, the AI cars, can actually stop and have a traffic jam, which can be a right pain in the ass, which has happened to me a few times. I'm stuck behind a load of people. Don't run over that guy there. Okay. Oh, too fast. Over the speed limit. Oh, got the announcement. I'm in trouble now. Sometimes when playing Tokyo Bus Guide, you feel as if you're just having one of those days. You know, you'll have crazy drivers on the side of the road next to you. You'll have pedestrians who just decide to stop in the middle of the road, knocking you completely off schedule. And then again, you have complete suicide drivers who go through red lights and smack into the side of your bus, just like you get in real life, really. So you've always got to be on the watch out when you're driving your bus, just like in real life. Not to forget, unlike the demo there, you just crashed into the side of the wall. Also, don't forget to do all the announcements and everything. What the hell's happening to this demo here? He's gone bloody crazy, isn't he? Anyway, like I was saying before the demo went crazy, you gotta do your announcements and everything and make sure that people know where they're getting off the bus. You know, you gotta stop at the bus, stop it in the right position. You know, you can't slam on the brakes, you can't accelerate off too fast, otherwise you'll upset the customers. Also, you can't drive off with the door open as well, otherwise they'll all fall out. Also, if you run over anyone or you smack into another car, then it's an instant game over because you have a point bar, and those points, as you saw before, go down for the slightest mistakes. So, Tokyo Bus Guide is a hard game. Like this soft bastard here just drove straight into the car. Never seen a demo do that before. And now he's gone completely off route on the wrong side of the road. Oh well. So how would I rate Tokyo Bus Guide? Well, there isn't actually another game like it. In fact, this is the only one I know of, which is a bus driving simulation. And this one does a very good job at simulating driving a bus. As far as I can gather anyway. Bus routes are pretty accurate to the real thing as well. The whole game is pretty good except for the demo cocking up at the moment. So I'm going to give Tokyo Bus Guide a lovely score of 9 out of 10. I find this game fascinating, it's really good. More interesting than Denshide Go. You can spend a lot of time actually driving wherever you want on Tokyo Bus Guide, like, within reason. Whereas Denshide Go, you're stuck to the tracks. So I think if you got a Dreamcast and you're after something a bit different, then Tokyo Bus Guide is definitely one for you. But be warned that Tokyo Bus Guide can be a little bit tough if you can't understand Japanese, mainly due to the fact that you must know what the rules are of driving the car or the bus or whatever in Japan. But I'd say if you stick with it, I'm sure you'll figure them out sooner or later.